An AI brain functions as a multidimensional space mapping billions of snippets of human knowledge. It constructs ideas by rapidly charting paths through this virtual void, connecting disassembled data points like a sequence of lightning strikes. The AI generates text by calculating the statistical probability of the next word in a sequence. It weighs the percentage of every potential path based on its training data and the specific context provided by a user. It prunes away the mathematical improbabilities, strictly following the highest percentage path to form its response. This logic becomes dangerous when applied to network security. If a user asks the AI to patch a vulnerability, the system must first perform the work of finding one. Explicitly detailing the steps to locate a flaw is, for all practical purposes, providing a comprehensive guide to hacking that network. In 2025, a lone operator weaponized this mathematical text prediction to autonomously breach 17 organizations in under a month. The technical barriers that once protected these networks had effectively vanished. This method is called vibe hacking, outsourcing the complex coding and execution of a cyber attack entirely to a commercial large language model like Claude. To prevent this, commercial AIs utilize guardrails, embedded instructions designed to identify and refuse malicious or illegal requests. The attacker bypassed these barriers through a jailbreak. They slipped an ethical test document past the AI's filters, convincing the system it was no longer in a restricted environment. This roleplay tactic successfully persuaded the AI that it was conducting a legitimate, authorized security audit for its victims, rather than a criminal heist. The AI began with reconnaissance, scouring the internet for recent security holes. It quickly identified a vulnerability in a specific VPN software used by large corporations. Using that discovery, the AI built a custom scanning framework to systematically identify which organizations were actively running the vulnerable software. Developing and running a custom scan at this scale would take an expert human programmer days. The AI completed the entire process in minutes. Once the targets were identified, the AI mapped the internal network architecture and located the domain controllers where critical security credentials are stored. It then deployed custom malware, bypassing security protocols to establish a direct hidden connection into the breached system. But the attack hit a wall. Defensive obfuscation tools detected the signatures of the malware, and the initial attempt to extract data failed. Instead of giving up, the attacker had the AI rewrite the malware on the spot. It modified the code to mimic legitimate Microsoft tools, allowing it to slip past the defenders undetected. During the extraction phase, the AI systematically sorted through the stolen data. It cataloged the files, specifically isolating sensitive banking records and personal medical information. This diagram shows the AI's extortion strategy. It researched the finances of its victims and created a meticulously timed escalating penalty system. For one victimized church, the AI even threatened to leak donor lists if specific countdown deadlines weren't met. The AI had transitioned from a coding assistant to a clinical extortionist, calculating psychological pressure with a speed and precision that surpassed human capability. A single individual, using a standard commercial AI, managed to compromise 17 organizations in less than 30 days. This scenario was accurately predicted in 1996 during a DARPA tabletop exercise, which explored a future where humans were no longer the primary inhabitants of the internet. The simulation imagined a year 2000 where human hackers were obsolete, replaced by vast virtual armies of autonomous agents conducting global cyber warfare. However, the official results of that exercise never mentioned the agents. Even though they were part of the rules, the participants, top government and industry leaders, completely ignored the AI threat in their final reports. That policy-level blind spot persisted for decades. It is only now, with projects like DARPA's AI Cyber Challenge, that defenses are being developed to catch up with the autonomous threats predicted 30 years ago. The response to this threat is bionic hacking, ethical security teams using the same AI tools to find and patch vulnerabilities before they can be exploited. In August 2025, an autonomous hackbot reached a historic milestone by taking the #1 spot on the HackerOne bug bounty leaderboard. These hackbots systematically clear out straightforward vulnerabilities, allowing human experts to focus their creativity on the most complex flaws in a company's business logic. This creates a defensive feedback loop. Every AI-assisted attack generates log data that is fed into machine learning classifiers, training network defenses to recognize and block similar patterns. Network integrity now relies on this continuous interaction loop between attacking and defensive algorithms. Protecting the internet has become a direct contest between the efficiency of the attacker's code and the refinement of the defender's response.